Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale. Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Neelachara Devasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langaide girim yatkripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dhinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, we will now hopefully complete Isopanisad. Let us see. We have to be in the team. Oh, Krishna. Today is 16, right?
Yes, Prabhuji, from 16.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Pushan Ekarshe Yama Surya Prajapatya Yuha Rashmin Samuha Tejo Yatte Rupam Kalyanatamam Tatte Pashyami Yo Asav Asau Purusha Sohamasmi. Pushan Ekarshe Yama Surya Prajapatya Yuha Rashmin Samuha Tejo Yatte Rupam Kalyanatamam Tatte Pashyami Yo Asav Asau Purusha Sohamasmi. So this is a prayer to the Lord. And it contains several adjectives to describe the Lord, which are also beautiful. And then the prayer comes. Actually, whenever we pray to the Lord for something, first it should be glorification of the Lord. You will find in Bhagavatam, in so many different places, in very extreme, dire conditions, when the life is at threat, when someone makes a prayer to the Lord, they always start with praising Him. Because we are going to pray to the Lord, where is the fear? That before I complete my prayer, somebody may kill me. The moment you have come to the Lord, you become fearless. So they take the time to glorify the Lord. So the essential part of any prayer is to first glorify the Lord. And then express our own fallen condition. And express the gratitude for all the benefits they have received so far. I am telling you, we are so hopeless when it comes to remembering the benefits that we have received, the blessings that we have received. We are all completely hopeless. So we should develop that. Better we write a diary called gratitude diary. We should go on adding items there, and every day we should read also. Otherwise we forget. So many times. Sometimes I'm in the bathroom. I'm just trying to towel myself, and suddenly one leg just slips. And it can stop anywhere. And then that means my head will be on the wall or on some sharp object. But somehow it stops at the right time and I don't fall. I think, oh, God saved me. This I will forget spontaneously. That's all. So many times, knowingly I have been saved. So many times, unknowingly the Lord is saving me. When I am walking on the road, I cannot see the vehicles coming behind me. Any vehicle can come and straight away hit. I have seen people being hit in that fashion. They are walking very safely, they think, but some vehicle from behind comes and hits them. So even the known mercies we have received, we forget. Actually, whatever we receive in our life is the mercy of the Lord, but we have a tendency to forget. So let us have this gratitude journal. I am telling you, it will give a big push to your bhakti. So first is glorifying the Lord, then expressing our own fallen condition, then expressing gratitude for all that we have received, so that our own faith also further increases. Oh Lord, I can definitely depend on the Lord. Whatever He will do is good for me. Whether He answers my prayer right away or He answers my prayer in a way that I don't understand, I will still remain grateful to Him. After the expression of gratitude, then only the prayer is ultimately recited. So this is one way. But in this shloka, what we find is basically a beautiful description of the Lord in very nice adjectives. And then the prayer is expressed. Let us go to the purports. So let us first see the translation. Pushan, we have seen in the earlier shloka also. O maintainer, the Lord maintains us. Tattvam Pushan Apavrunu. We saw in shloka 15, right? Pushan Apavrunu. Pushan means He is the maintainer. How often we remember this, that Lord is my maintainer? Actually, there is one of the angas of Sharanagati. One of the angas of Sharanagati, Goptrutve Varanam Tata. The Lord will always protect me. You should have that faith. Then only you are actually a surrendered devotee. Rakshiseti iti vishvaso. The Lord will protect me. In that we should have faith. And Goptrutve Varanam Tata. We don't think there is any other shelter for me. He is my only shelter. And the Lord will certainly protect me. These are some of the qualities of pure surrender. So that way, Pushan is maintainer. In every way, He is maintaining us. Not only my body, He is maintaining my soul, He is maintaining. I am entirely dependent on the Lord for whatever I have. There is simply no way I can think of being an independent personality. I cannot. Actually, the soul, here in this shloka we will see, like the sun's rays to the sun. Sun's rays are actually part of the sun. That way, I am also a part of you. I am part and parcel of you. And you are my eternal well-wisher. You protect me. You maintain me always. I will never think that I am an independent person and that I have an interest which is separate from the interest of God. Jesus Christ prayed like that, He says, I wish to be saved from this crucifix. I don't want to be crucified. But my Father, if that is your wish, see, He's saying, my Father. So which father will want something bad for his son? So Jesus has that much faith in His Father, Supreme Lord. He says, Father, but let Thy will be done. What you wish, let it be done. I don't want to be crucified. It's going to be extremely painful. But let Thy will be done. We should have that strong faith. This is what is called Shraddha, faith. That God will only do what is good for me. I am a fool. I don't know what is good for me. So many things I have desired and I have been fulfilled. Later on, I regretted having desired that. Something that appears good later on turns out to be very bad. Sometimes wealth, people's wealth, with so much greed they acquire, later on becomes a big problem for them. There was a news some years ago about a laundry owner, a very poor man. He won the jackpot in some western state. He got several crores, whatever in dollar value. He posted with that check, etc. And he said so many things. Oh, I got so much money. Now I'm going to enjoy I had so many unfulfilled desires. I will enjoy all those things with my family, my friends, and all these things. I'm going to do this, do that. Just 2-3 days later, news came that he was killed. Killed for that very same lottery he has won. Had he not won, he would have been alive. So this story, I think I have shared with you before, right? About the king and the minister. You recall? Any of you? A king and
No, Prabhuji.
you don't remember? Anyone remembers?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Can you narrate? Okay.
The minute.
I will say. Okay. See, there was a king who had a very wise minister. The minister would always say, it is all for good. It is all for good, like that. So once the king was something like an atheist. He did not believe in all these things. So one day the king was cutting the blacksmith had brought a new sword for the king to test, And when the king was holding the sword in his hand, just trying to touch it with the tip of his finger, the finger cut and fell down, so sharp. And king was in great pain. And everybody was coming, trying to dress the wound and all. And the minister was saying, it happened for good only. Right there to the king, it happened for good. The king became very wild. Even though that was a very good minister, very useful minister, king had got so many benefits from that minister by following his instructions. But now he said, throw him into the dungeon. So he was thrown into the dungeon. Then the king, as usual, weekly, he went for his hunting expedition. And the minister who is now in the dungeon would usually accompany him. Today the king went alone, took some of his soldiers, they went deep into the forest. Very quickly, the king lost the soldiers and then he was alone. And then he was captured by some tribals and they tied him to a tree. And then they started beating drums and all that. There was a big fire, there was a big drum in the center. And the king was sure that they are going to cook him. And then the head priest of this tribe, they came and he, with turmeric water, they poured on the head of the king. And then the head came and examined his body. And then he found one finger is half gone. And he became very angry, this head priest. He said, you have brought this useless fellow. He is not fit for offering to our deity. So this Bali is not good, imperfect. Release him. They released him. And the king got on his horse and came back to the palace. All the while he was thinking about his minister only. And he said, bring the minister out of the dungeon. And he said, minister, please forgive me. I did wrong. I judged you wrong. You said the right thing. Today I am alive because of that cut finger. Then the king again, as usual, he got a doubt. Because, we are all such fallen souls. We will get doubts only. These doubts are a sign of, bad karma or contamination. At least we should not get doubt in basic things. What is a basic thing? Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And bhakti, pure bhakti is the only way to attain him. And Guru Ashraya is the only way to get that bhakti. And Sadhu Sangha is the only way to travel. These basic axioms, we should have strong faith. We should not have doubts. Doubts, samshayatma vinashyati. That's Krishna's verdict. One who has always getting doubts, they get destroyed. So the king asked the minister, but you had to spend your 1 week in the dungeon. You did nothing wrong. What is the good for you in this, to suffer in the dungeon with mosquito bites and so many dangerous insects, improper food? The minister said, king, just you forget. Usually you take me with you for hunting. And they would have captured both of you. I never leave your side. They would have captured both of us. And if not you, my turn would have been next. And I would have been sacrificed. The king understood that the Lord's ways are always not understood. But that I should believe God. I should believe in the benevolence of God. Whatever God does is always for my good. I am a fool. I don't know what is good for me, but I should believe in the goodness of God, His omnipotence and His benevolence. He can do anything for me. That's it. So a son goes to the father and says, Father, give me 100 rupees. I want to buy one peg. I don't know how much it costs today. I want to go to Tasmak with my friend and I want to drink. What the father will do? He'll give a tight slap and say, you nonsense fellow, you want to drink? The next time I catch you like this, I am going to punish you severely. That's what father says. And the son cannot say, oh, my father doesn't care for me. He doesn't love me. He would be a fool to think like that. So if my desires are delivered by God, that is His mercy. If my desires are not delivered by God, that is His mercy as well. We should have complete faith in Him. That is surrender. Brahma says, after he is thoroughly defeated by Krishna in the Brahma Vimohan Leela, Krishna is standing as a 5-year-old boy with curd rice in his hand, in his left hand, curd rice, and with some fruits in it. And in between his fingers, he is holding other fruits to be used as pickle. And that 5-year-old boy is with his lotus-like eyes, he is searching everywhere for his calves and his cowherd boyfriends. And Brahmadev, Brahma has stolen the cowherds and the calves, and he has reappeared after 1 year. First he saw all the cowherd boys are there, all the calves are there, and Krishna is playing and laughing with them as though nothing happened. Then Brahma saw all the calves and cowherd boys he has stolen. They are all in the hidden place. He goes there, he comes here, he goes there, he comes here. He cannot understand who are the real boys and who are the Maya boys. And then all the cows and all the cowherds, they turn into Narayana form. 4-armed Narayana forms everybody becomes. And around every Narayan, there is Shiva and Brahma offering prayers. And all the material elements, the entire Pradhan, everything is there. And the 3 gunas and the rishis, munis, everybody around, every Vishnu, he's seeing. And in a moment, everything transformed and gone. Now only the same 5-year-old boy, Krishna, is standing with little curd rice in one hand. What Brahma saw 1 year ago. For Brahma it is one moment, for Krishna it is 1 year, for earth. Same Krishna is looking here and there, where are we? Then, Brahma simply, with all his 4 heads, he fell at the lotus feet of Krishna. He was totally chastised. And Brahma offered some amazing prayers, 40 songs in Bhagavatam, 40 slokas of prayer to Krishna. In that one place he says this famous shloka, you can take it from Bhagavatam, Taddenu kampam susamikshamaano bunjana yevatma kritam vipakam kridvagmano bir vidatam namaste jivedaye mukti pade chadaya bhag. Brahma says, if there is a devotee who completely surrenders to you, and whatever happens in his life, he accepts it as his mercy, as your mercy. And whatever suffering comes, he always thinks, oh, I am a great sinner. I deserve much worse punishment. But by the mercy of Krishna, it has been greatly reduced. And he never asks God for anything. Do this for me, do that for me, remove this suffering, give me this pleasure. Nothing. Continue to worship the Lord. Hrit vak bhapurbir. By heart, by mind, and by body. He continues to worship the Lord with full dedication. Such a devotee, it is his birthright to enter into the kingdom of God, to enter into Goloka. That is what Brahma says. So we should always remember this, that he is our Pushan, he is our maintainer, always. So in this prayer, What is being prayed? O my Lord, O primeval philosopher, maintainer of the universe, O regulating principle, destination of the pure devotees, well-wisher of the progenitors of mankind, please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays. Same as last shloka, right? Last shloka also Pushan was told, here also Pushan. Maintainer, always remember, maintainer. That means you trust him. You trust him completely. And then he is making this prayer. Please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays. Hiranmayena patrena satyasya abhihitam mukham. That golden effulgence is covering your beautiful face. Please remove that covering so that I can see your form of bliss. Sachitananda Vigraha. Ananda Vigraha. Blissful form of yours. Let me take darshan. You are the eternal supreme personality of Godhead. That means you are the form of the supreme truth. Supreme absolute truth is a form, and that form is Krishna. So this is the prayer. O supreme absolute truth, let me see your form. Let me see your form. Please remove that golden covering, effulgence. It is blinding my eyes, dazzling me. Remove that so that I can take your darshan. Like unto the sun, so am I. In the everyday Sandhya Vandanam that Brahmins do, Trikala Sandhya Vandanam, morning, afternoon, there is something called Aikya Anusandhanam. Most people don't know the meaning of it. They do mechanically, ritualistically. But there is meaning. That means after they offer this Arghya, or just before they offer the Arghya to the Navagrahas and all, they chant one mantra. There is Asa Adityo Brahma, Brahmaiva Aham Asmi. That means just as the sun I am. I am not the sun, but I am a ray, a spark of the sun. And what is so special about the sun? Sun is self-effulgent. You don't need a light to see the sun. Sun reveals itself. But all the other objects around us, they need the sun's help to reveal themselves to us. Or in other words, we need the help of the sun to see the objects. In the midnight, you don't see anything. But as the dawn arises, as the sun begins to come out, you see everything. And you see the sun also. So the sun is self-effulgent. He reveals himself. Same way, the soul is self-effulgent because it is a spark of the sun. If sun is Krishna, the soul is a spark of Krishna. The sun reveals itself. Same way, the soul also reveals itself. Can somebody explain how does the soul reveal itself? Unmute yourself, please. How does the soul reveal itself? Like the sun? It's an experiential fact. That's what I want you to say. It's an experience. What is that experience we have? We get Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Is it our realizations, Prabhu? When we hear Bhagavatam and something relating to that happens in our life, it pricks us that this
Nothing
is
to
what
do with nothing to do with spirituality only.
Oh, okay, Prabhu.
Consciousness, Prabhuji?
Yes. So, how do I get in touch with my consciousness?
Meditation, Prabhuji. Chanting.
It is always there. I don't know to get in touch
Yes,
with my consciousness. I am always conscious.
Yes, Prabhuji.
If I am looking at a computer in front of me, it is with the help of my consciousness that I am seeing it. If I am thinking something in my mind, it is supported by my consciousness. Whether I am awake or asleep or dreaming, it is all on the basis of consciousness. I am 24 hours conscious. Even in my deep sleep, I am conscious. How can I say that? In the morning when I wake up, I say I had deep sleep. How do you say that? Because you are conscious. This consciousness never leaves the soul. 24 hours, the soul is conscious. And with this consciousness, it is experiencing. The entire world, including our own body and our own senses, are revealed by the consciousness. We are a society for Krishna consciousness. We are all conscious, but we are not Krishna conscious. We are conscious of material things, material experiences, material desires. We want to become Krishna conscious. That is the purpose of this society, to make the whole world Krishna conscious. That means our consciousness is now polluted by our uncontrolled mind. Thoughts and consciousness, is there a difference? Can someone explain? Between thoughts and consciousness, is there a difference? Or is it the same?
Thoughts are, I think, physical, Prabhuji.
Mhm. Can you explain further?
Material. Because of you have mind, you have thoughts. And mind is material.
Is there a consciousness without thoughts? Or can there be thoughts without consciousness? Or both are the same? Please try, look within. These answers will come from our own experience.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, when we are
Yes.
when we are awake, the thoughts are prominent. But when we are not in awakened state, the thoughts will not be prominent, Prabhuji.
Why?
But
When you are dreaming,
conscious is there. Consciousness is there. Otherwise, you cannot say that we are alive, because consciousness will be there, but thought process will not be there.
No. I'm saying between sleeping and dreaming, is there a difference or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
What is the difference?
Because thought process, dreaming is nothing but whatever we think of during the daytime, it will manifest in the dream form.
In the dream, mind is working or not?
Yes, Prabhuji, it is working.
And a different set of senses are working.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So there is mind, there is senses, there is thoughts.
Yes.
Both in waking and dreaming state.
Mm.
But in deep sleep state, thoughts are absent.
Yes, Prabhuji. We don't know because we can't understand what we have been thinking in the sleep process. We don't understand. Prabhuji, we are not able to hear you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Some network problem, I think.
Maybe Prabhuji will rejoin. Let's wait now. He's not there in the.
I think probably he's logging out and logging in, Mataji. Maybe power cut or something.
Yes, Prabhuji has asked us to wait.
Hare Krishna. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Oh, thank you. Let me just restart the PPT. Can you see?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you. So what we were saying was that consciousness and thoughts, we can see them as separate entities. If you think consciousness as a coat stand, thoughts are the coats hanging on that. If coat stand is not there, there is no place to hang the coats. Same way, if you had no consciousness, you cannot have thoughts. Thoughts would be impossible without the foundation of consciousness. But consciousness is not thoughts. As Mataji said, thoughts are material, as we say. It is a finer matter. Thought, chitta, it's a finer matter. Mind, intelligence, is all matter, non-conscious. But consciousness is pure, it is transcendental, it is the soul. It is the identity of the soul to be conscious. So that consciousness is always existing. Yes, you can close your eyes and see, is the consciousness there or not? It is always there. Whether you are awake or asleep or dreaming, consciousness is always there. So consciousness is like the sun. The sun is always there shining. It reveals itself. And without the sun, other things are not revealed. Once the sun rises, everything is revealed. Sun gone, everything is plunged into darkness. So this is what consciousness does. Now I am conscious, I am having my family, I am property, my relatives, my friends. But once my consciousness leaves the body, that's all, everything is finished. So that consciousness and the sun are compared. That's what they say during the Sandhya Vandana. Asa Adityo Brahma, Brahmaiva Ahamasmi. Just as the sun is Brahman, supreme absolute truth, same way I am also supreme absolute truth. That's what everyday Sandhya Vandanam we chant, but people don't know the meaning. We have to get in touch with our core, which is our consciousness. That consciousness wants to experience bliss all the time, ecstatic bliss. And Krishna is the supreme bestower of that bliss to all souls. So Krishna is the sun, and we are all tiny sparks of that sun. When we are connected with that sun, we are all experiencing that complete ecstasy. And that is what in this shloka it is said, that I am like the sun. How? I am like a spark of the sun. The spark and the sun globe put together is the sun. It is not that the sparks are not the sun. They are also sun. So same way, we are also part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. We are with the Supreme Lord. That is what this shloka is praying, that please reveal yourself to me. Your amazing form, please reveal. So let us see. We are on 16. Okay. Sun and the how can I make it screen? Okay. So that's one part. Then Brahma Samhita talks about the Krishna planet and his various pastimes that is performed there. That shloka is Chintamani, very famous shloka. Chintamani prakarasadma sukalpa vriksha laksha vriteshu surabir apipala yantam Lakshmi sahasra sadasambra masevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Brahmadeva, soon after he is totally confused and defeated by Krishna in the story I narrated just now, Brahma sang this prayer. And what he says, by the mercy of Krishna, he gets the darshan of Goloka. Right there in Vrindavan, he's seeing Goloka. And he sings, in Goloka, every dust particle is a Chintamani stone. Chintamani means a jewel that can satisfy all your desires. That is Chintamani. Every dust particle in Vrindavan is a Chintamani. Then Krishna is grazing cows. Krishna is a cowherd boy, chanting unlimited calves. What are these calves? Surabhi, Rabipala, Yantam. They are Surabhi cows. And Surabhi means Kama Denu. Kama Denu means Kama, desire, Denu, giver. Fulfills all desires. Just like Chintamani, Kama Denu. Use all your desires. Unlimited such cows Krishna is having. And then Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrama Sevyamana. Unlimited number of Lakshmis are serving him in the form of gopis. Not one Lakshmi. Unlimited Lakshmis. In this world, people say, oh, Mother Lakshmi, from the corner of your eye, please glance on my family so that all my miseries will be destroyed, all my desires will be fulfilled. No, we pray like that. Putram Dehi, Dhanam Dehi, all these things people pray to Lakshmi. There are unlimited Lakshmis in Goloka, and they are all waiting for a command from the corner of Krishna's eye. They are just waiting for that one glance that Krishna will give me some service. They are all begging for service. Krishna, let me do some service. And service fills you with bliss. So that is Goloka. So Brahma Samhita describes the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Brahma Jyoti, the effulgence, is emanating from Krishna's body and Krishna's planet. That is the Brahma Jyoti that covers the entire spiritual sky. Our own planet is like a coconut. So the Brahma Jyoti does not enter. So what Krishna does? Krishna puts a light, sun for the day and moon for the night. And the same Brahma Jyoti is channeling a little bit of it into our lights. So it's all light coming from Krishna's power. Until one surpasses the glare of Brahma Jyoti, we have to go beyond Brahma Jyoti to know the land of Krishna and Krishna himself. To be close to Krishna, face to face, talk to him, hear him speak, embrace him, smell his amazing fragrance of his body, and taste him. All these things are possible only when you go beyond Brahmacharya. Otherwise, no. Andal Nachiyar, no? Andal is a great Tamil Alvar. She sings, Karpura Narumo, Kamalapu Narumo, Tirupavala Chevaidan, Titit Tirukumo. She's asking, Solari Vensange, she's asking the conch in the hand of Vishnu. The Vishnu is having a conch. That conch has the touch of Vishnu's lips, right? He blows the conch. So she's asking, oh, you are kissing the Lord all the time. So you know the taste of the saliva in the mouth of Vishnu. How does it taste? Does it smell like karpura, camphor? Does it smell like that? Or does it smell like kamalapu, lotus flower? Tirupavala Chevaidan Titit Tirukumo. Or is it so sweet? Unbelievably sweet? What is that? Please, conch, tell me. Because she is able to see beyond the Brahma Jyoti. At the level of Brahma Jyoti, you see nothing, only light. And so people who think there is nothing beyond the light, they are trapped in this material world, trying to enjoy sense gratification. Very cheap sense gratification. Horrible sense gratification. Puna puna charvira charvanana. Prahlad Maharaj says, you are chewing the chewed. You have extracted all the juice, you are still chewing like that. But once you see beyond Brahmajyoti, you will lose all interest in material pleasure. All your senses will become useless. So here the prayer is, please take me beyond Brahmajyoti. Then you get information about the land of Lord. We sang the shloka just now, Chinta, Mani, Prakarasat. So here, Isopanisad is petitioning the Lord, please remove the glare for the devotee to see your face. Non-devotees, no. Glare is very much there to prevent non-devotees from accessing the spiritual planets. But for the devotee, Krishna will mercifully remove that. Avaranatmika Shakti. It's called Avaranatmika Shakti and Prakshepatmika Shakti. They cover. Krishna has unlimited energies. So some of these energies cover Krishna from non-devotees. And for devotee, she opens it. Mahamaya puts souls into confusion to make them think Krishna is not God. Mahamaya does that. What about Yogamaya? Yogamaya also makes you think that Krishna is not God. So what is the difference? Can anybody explain? Difference between Yogamaya and Mahamaya? Both under the influence of Yogamaya and Mahamaya, people think Krishna is not God. What is the difference?
Yogamaya, it is because of excess love, Prabhuji.
Yes.
And in Mahamaya, it is the ignorance, Prabhuji.
Correct. People in illusion hate Krishna. They envy Krishna. So Mahamaya makes them forget Krishna. Oh, he's not God. Krishna is only a human being. So they are also not disturbed. So Mahamaya does this service to cover Krishna from them. She will show Krishna as an ordinary human being. In Yogamaya, also she covers Krishna's godhood. Why does she cover? So that the devotee can express freely the feelings of love to Krishna. If you see Krishna as God, then awe and reverence comes. You cannot express so freely. You cannot exchange your prema so freely. But that is covered by Yogamaya. And she increases the love of the souls towards Krishna. That is Yogamaya's service, Krishna's Antaranga Shakti. So either way, both in the material world, people forget Krishna is God. They think Krishna is a human being. And in the spiritual world also, they forget Krishna is God. Krishna must be feeling bad, no? What do you think? Nobody recognizes him as God. What is the use of
that,
God?
Prabhuji? He really relishes that, Prabhuji.
Krishna doesn't want to be God, as a matter of fact. We want to be God. Huh? Is it not true? We want
Yes,
to be
Prabhuji.
God.
That's why we
Krishna doesn't want to be God. Can you give me a proof that Krishna doesn't want to be God?
Yashoda Maya and him as a little baby when
Yes.
she was trying to bind Krishna.
Yes. Yes.
That itself.
Very good. Hare Krishna. Others, everybody can give some one or two instances where Krishna doesn't want to be God.
Vrindavana in Vrindavan with Gopas
Yes.
playing along with them.
Yes.
He becomes a charioteer for Arjuna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, he becomes charioteer also. Yeah, in Vrindavan, when he plays with his friends, he gets defeated. He gets defeated, in the Kamsa's arena. When Krishna is invited to attend the Dhanur Yajna, Krishna breaks the bow, which is impossible, Shiva's bow. And then Kolaya Pit, that massive elephant, that one elephant has the strength of 10,000 elephants. Krishna very playingly, he kills that Kolaya Pit. And he breaks the tusk of that massive elephant and he walks into the arena. And then giants like Mushtika and Chanura, the wrestlers, Krishna is made to fight with them. And Krishna just spins him around his head and throws him on the ground and kills him. All these, and then Kamsa. Kamsa is feared by Indra also. All devatas fear him. And he's sitting there at an elevated place. Krishna is looking from below. And Krishna jumps and And then he's there in front of Kamsa. He drags him down. And he sits on his chest and 3, 4 punches, gone. Just like killing a worm. That Kamsa, who is feared by all demigods and Rakshasas, everyone. Few punches, and his life hair is gone. And then he drags the body of Kamsa around the arena so that people are sure he's dead. Then Krishna's friends walk in. Sridama, Sudama, Arjuna, Stoka Krishna, all these friends of Krishna, they walk in. And they say, hey, Krishna, what do you think? You are a big man, huh? I challenge you now to wrestle with me. And Sridama and Krishna are having a wrestling match. And Krishna is defeated comprehensively. And so she says, hey, you are, see, Yogamaya, she covers. So Krishna wants to be covered like that in front of his pure devotees. He exchanges amazing love with them. That would become impossible if they have our ignorance. So Krishna relishes when he is worshipped with his Vedic mantras, but much more so he relishes when his friends joke and make fun of him. They ridicule him. He gets great pleasure. And same way with gopis, they become angry with him and use some very strong words against him. And Krishna takes it as much better than Vedic. So Krishna is Akhila Rasamrita Murti. He is constantly enjoying that amazing display of prema. So that is what is happening. And that is available only for devotees. He reveals that. So Yogamaya has a special service of making devotees forget. Can anybody remember any other instance where Krishna covers himself?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. When Krishna carries Nanda Maharaj slippers on his head.
Yes. Oh, so nice. You have seen that picture also, no, in Krishna book?
Yes, Prabhu.
He's carrying, he cannot carry, so heavy. Nanda Maharaj says, fetch my slippers. And he carries them on his head. Mother and father are so happy. Excellent, yeah.
Prabhu, even during Govardhan Leela also, nobody thought him as God.
Yeah, you know.
They were thinking that the Gopas were holding the Govardhan Leela with sticks.
Yes.
And they were telling, because of us only it is standing, and they were telling Krishna, he didn't refuse.
Yeah. And Madhumangal is saying, oh, Mother Yashoda, you don't worry. Mother Yashoda is crying, oh, Krishna, you are such a talkative boy. You are so impudent. You don't control your tongue. Why? You see, because of you, you have offended Indra. And see, we are all suffering like this. And you have to carry this mountain on your finger, little finger. It must be hurting you. Your fingers are like butter. And the whole rough mountain is standing there. And she's praying to the Lord Vishnu. Please, or she's praying to Govardhan, please become light like a feather on the finger of my son. Don't hurt him. Please float. She's praying. So she doesn't think it is God. And the Gopas are supporting. And Madhumangal is the Brahmin boy. And he's telling Mother Yashoda, Mother, don't worry. Do you think Krishna is carrying that mountain? No. It is by my Brahminical powers. I have chanted some mantras. And because of that, the mountain is floating there. Like that. No one takes Krishna as God. Any other example?
When in association with the Pandavas also, he didn't reveal himself, no, Prabhu.
Yes.
They were just thinking Krishna as his cousin.
Yes.
Even only when Krishna recited Bhagavad Gita, did Arjun realize that Krishna to be the supreme personality of God.
You think Krishna is only riding the chariot for Arjun? And after the war is over, Krishna leaves, driver gets out? No.
No, Hanuman and then all other aspects were concerned with that, no, Prabhu.
Krishna, after the war is over, he unties the horses. He tells Arjun, you go and take rest in the camp. But Krishna has no rest. Krishna takes the horses and he gives them water. He bathes them and he gives them food and he gives them a nice scrub and the injuries on the body, he applies balm. He's serving the horses completely until they are satisfied and ready for next day's war. Then he goes to take rest. So Krishna is not just a charioteer. He is much more. And there is a story where Krishna carried the chappals of Draupadi. Does anybody know that story?
No, Prabhuji.
Oh, this will take whole day. Once, Bhishma had vowed to kill all the Pandavas. So Krishna secretly tells Draupadi, hey, Bhishma's vow is very, very powerful. So I want you to do one thing. You have to silently walk into the camp of Bhishmadev and you should offer obeisances to him. When you offer obeisances, Bhishmadev will immediately bless that. Dirgha Sumangali Bhava. See, Krishna is such a trickster. So he says to Draupadi. So Draupadi says, all right. And they start walking. When they start walking, Krishna says, there should be no sound. If anybody comes to know, there'll be a disturbance. So he says, remove your ankle belts and give it to me. And after a while, Krishna says, remove your chappals also. They are making sound. You walk like a cat. And she removes her chappals also. And then they walk. And then they go, the job is accomplished. And when they are coming back, Krishna opens his uttariya. And from that falls Draupadi's chappals. Draupadi starts crying, oh Lord, why should you do such menial services for me? Krishna says, that gives me the greatest pleasure when I serve my devotees. So, any other story?
Prabhuji, in the case of Sudama also, Krishna
Uh,
goes and receives at the entrance of the
washes
palace
feet and
washes.
Yes. Krishna is washing his feet, drinking that foot wash water and spraying it on his head and the head of Rukmini, mother of all fortune, Mahalakshmi. And then she is fanning Sudama. All right? What mercy. Krishna is totally, he humbles himself in front of his devotees. Anything else?
He falls at Yudhishthira's feet, Prabhuji, while leaving to Dwarka.
Yes, correct.
Right.
Very good. Do you know the story about Balaji?
No, Prabhuji.
Tirumala Balaji? Balaji is Krishna. He came down in search of his wife Mahalakshmi because Mahalakshmi had left him. Why did she leave him? There is a story. Bhrigu Muni once wanted to test among the three gods who is the greatest. So he went to Lord Brahma, who is his father. And he stood there without offering pranams to his father. It's very bad etiquette. And Brahma became very angry. Brahma controlled his tongue. He did not speak anything. But from his eyes, Bhrigu could see he has lost his temper. Immediately, Bhrigu left that place. Oh, he's getting angry. That means he has no control on his senses. Right? He left the place. Then he went to Kailash. And Lord Shiva is his brother, Bhrigu. So Shiva rushes to embrace him. And immediately Bhrigu stands away and says, oh, don't touch me. You are so dirty. You are covered by ash from the crematorium. You are wearing some skin of animals. And there is snake all over your body. Don't touch me. You are so dirty. I don't. Shiva immediately picked up his Trishul and started running. Please understand all these stories with proper frame of mind. Yes. So Lord Shiva is not a kind of person who will do that. But deep inside, he wants to reveal because Bhrigu's purpose he knows. Bhrigu has come to find out who is the Supreme Lord. Right? So immediately Bhrigu leaves that place. And then he goes to Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, the Lord is resting and Lakshmi Devi is massaging his lotus feet. And straight Bhrigu goes and kicks the Lord on his chest. And the Lord immediately comes down and starts massaging Bhrugu's feet and saying, oh, it must be hurting you. Your feet are so soft. My heart is so hard. Like that, so many things he says. And Bhrugu starts crying right there and understands who is the Supreme Lord. So he doesn't mind, but Lakshmi Devi becomes angry because where he kicked, that is my resting place. He kicked and you did nothing to him. So she comes down. So that is the story of Balaji, Alamelamanga and all those things. What about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Who is he?
Krishna.
He is Krishna, but he's not coming as Krishna.
He's coming in the form of a devotee, Prabhu.
Why?
And he wants to enjoy the mood. I mean, he wants to know how Radharani relishes, Krishna. He wants to know.
And
So
who
he's
is
the
Radharani?
combination of Radharani and Krishna together.
Yes, Radharani is the greatest devotee who knows how to serve the Lord perfectly. So Krishna wants to take that form, that mood, that color of Srimati Radharani, because he realizes that as God, whatever pleasure I get, more than that my devotees are enjoying. And that's why he comes as Radharani. So he doesn't want to be God. But to his devotees, he gives them a position greater than himself. And he relishes being under their protection. Yashoda Mai thinks, unless I feed Krishna, he will go sick and weak. She's so worried about Krishna. She says, why are you playing so much Krishna? He will go weak. Come and drink my milk. Otherwise, he'll become weak. That is a mood of her. Same Nanda Maharaj. The Gopas are asking him, oh, your son is so great. He's doing so many great things. He doubt very much he is your son, something. Nanda Maharaj laughs, my son, you think he's God? Will the God be afraid when there is a thunder and lightning? My son runs all the way to me or mother and starts crying and hugging, and we have to comfort him. Do you think Supreme Lord will be afraid like that? And Supreme Lord, will he be ravenously hungry? He's always looking for butter and milk and curd, and he's eating. He never stops. And do you think God will tell lies? My son opens his mouth and the lies come out. And do you think God will steal from others' houses? So he laughs. What do you think? Like that. So, intimacy. In intimacy, you forget his Godhood. And Krishna is also very happy. So, who wants Brahmajyoti among our 13 audience here? Who wants to go to Brahmajyoti? Liberation. Hands up. Who wants to be liberated from this pitiable material world? Yes, Sri Lakshmi Mataji, please explain why you want to go.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
That is only the topmost, Prabhu. I wanted to go to Goloka and see all the pastimes of Krishna.
Yeah, Goloka is fine, but liberation is something else. Liberation means going to Brahmajyoti. In Brahmajyoti, you don't see Krishna. You have no access to devotee association also. I don't know, mostly. But you have no activity. You have no worry. You don't take birth in this material world. You are free from hunger, thirst, and all these things. And you are simply resting in liberation. So would you like that? No suffering of this world.
No, Prabhu. I want to go to Goloka.
So no devotee who knows Krishna wants liberation. But majority of the people in this world want liberation. I have addressed so many groups of people. I ask them, what do you want, peace or joy? What is the greatest thing? You know what they answer? What do you think will be the answer?
Peace.
Peace? But why peace when you can have joy?
Yeah, I want joy, Prabhu, not peace.
Yeah, but why they say peace? Can you explain?
Because they might not have much knowledge of Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, but forget about Krishna consciousness. Between simply the concept of joy and the concept of peace, which is superior?
Joy.
But why they say peace? I have explained to them many times. Again, I say, take the same poll, and they say peace. They want peace. They don't want joy. Why?
Prabhu, maybe since they don't no work, no Prabhu there, maybe they prefer that. Maybe that is my understanding.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Prabhuji, they
Yeah.
is short-lived.
Sorry. Yeah. Say that again. I think you got it. Yeah.
Joy is
They believe joy will
temporary.
not
Yeah.
last. Correct. That thought does not go away. I have tried. They cannot take out that thought. No, joy will be followed by suffering. They are convinced. Joy cannot last. Peace can last. That is the highest thing they can think of. Neither joy nor sorrow, no suffering, no anxiety, nothing. Peace. When somebody dies, they will send a message, rest in peace. That's what RIP. See, bulk of the people. You take all Mayavadis, they want liberation. Why? Peace, no activity, nothing, no experience. They just want to commit spiritual suicide. They know if I kill this body, I will be reborn and I will get sin, and they are afraid. Mayavadis. Those who don't believe in soul, they cut. But those who believe in soul, Mayavadis like people, that I will live beyond my death also, I will take rebirth. They want to kill the soul also. Atmaha. They want to kill the soul also. Because they don't have information. As one of you said, no information about spiritual world. How sad and how important service we all have to pass on this knowledge to others. Had we not known about Krishna consciousness, we would also have answered peace only, not joy. Because Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he starts like this. The pleasures of this world have two qualities. Chapala Sukha, Bhoga Tyaga. Chapala Sukha. The Sukha is short-lived, changes. And Bhoga Tyaga. You do something for some time and then you give up and you take up something else. And you give up that and take up something else. Like for example, Monday to Friday, we go to work. And Saturday, Sunday, we take relaxation. Again, Monday to Friday, we go to work. We cannot have continuous relaxation. We become bored. And we cannot have continuous work. We become tired. So the nature of this material world, you become engaged in some activity for some time. And then you have to change. If you Rasagulla you like, how many you can eat? You have to take a break and then go back to eat again. So Bhoga Tyaga, Chapala Sukha characterizes the nature of pleasure in this material world. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, all of you should read. There's an amazing book summary study by Srila Prabhupada. Directly, you should read that first. And then you can read His Holiness Bhanu Swami Maharaj's translation and purports of Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is a defining book on what is bhakti and why bhakti is the greatest thing. That everyone should read. Slowly, you should start reading. Along with Bhagavad Gita and other things, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is Gaudiya Vaishnavas defining scripture. It's all written from Bhagavatam only. But from Bhagavatam, he extracts so beautifully and gives. He is a Manjari, Rupa Manjari, who is in the most intimate service of Radha and Krishna. So he was empowered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to write. But anyway, so the most important thing is the Supreme Lord came as a devotee because a devotee experiences greater joy than God himself. So ultimately, after meditating so much on God, we find, as a devotee, I am greater than God. I could be potentially greater than God. And God wants that. So at one stage in Bhagavatam, Krishna tells the gopis, "Oh gopis, I can never repay the debt to you. The same Krishna who told in Bhagavad Gita, Ye yata mam prapatyante tamstataiva bhajamyaham. As you surrender, so I reciprocate. But to gopis, he says, I cannot reciprocate. Because what you have done, I cannot do. What have you done? You have given up your family, your children, your reputation, even the prospect, I leave my husband and I am going to a lover. How sinful. I will go to hell. You have given up that also. That's the law of the society. Not only that you have overcome, you have also overcome the threat of sin. And you have still come to me. So that is what Hare Krishna. Mama கொஞ்சம் ஒரு அரை மணி நேரம் வச்சு கூப்பிட்டு. So that is a very special thing. Bhakti has no parallel. Bhakti has no equal. That we should realize. Okay. So impersonal Brahman realization is good, auspicious. Paramatma is more auspicious, but meeting Bhagavan face to face is the highest realization of Supreme Truth. So here in this mantra, the Supreme Truth is shown as a person. That is most important, as a person. So there is no impersonalism in Isopanisad. He is a philosopher. Why? Philosopher means one who is in knowledge of the truth. And who knows the truth better than Krishna? Krishna says, even the Devatas and the greatest demigods and the greatest rishis don't know me. Krishna is not known to them also, completely. But only Krishna knows himself. So he is the greatest philosopher. He knows the ultimate truth, what it is. We don't know. Maintainer, Pushan, he is the preserver of especially his devotees and his well-wisher. So the title Pushan we have already discussed. So the Lord is the leader of his devotees. He gives himself to them. He is the leader, Satvatampadi. He is the leader of all the devotees. But ultimately, to the surrendered devotee, he gives himself. That is why they say Krishna will not give prema so easily. Because prema means Krishna becomes surrendered to the devotee. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna, Mahaprabhu will say several times, I am sold to you. You have purchased me with your love. Now you can give me to anyone you want, like that. Amazing. God directly speaking like that. And Krishna is the cause of all causes. He is the original cause. Without a causative agent, he is not caused by anything. Because cause and effect happens within a time frame. But time itself comes from Krishna. Time itself is an opulence of Krishna, is an energy of Krishna. Krishna is not bound by time. All of us are bound by time. So we find it difficult to understand Krishna because Krishna is beyond the concept of time. He enjoys his own self by manifesting his own internal potency. That means the entire Goloka Vrindavan is Krishna's own self. And in that Goloka Vrindavan, with all his most intimate devotees, he is enjoying his own self. This is Goloka Vrindavan, which is the complete manifestation of Krishna. How amazing it is to enter into that place. As you enter, you have the same qualities as Krishna. Only thing is, everyone in Goloka is not aware of their own powers. They don't want, they are aware, but they don't want to enjoy. They want to give pleasure to Krishna. They all are so deeply in love with Krishna. That is the hallmark of Goloka. And external potency, this is a detail, I will not go into that. External potency is a shadow of Krishna. So here Prabhupada says, external potency is not manifested by Krishna, but it is maintained and destroyed by the Purusha avatars. Mahavishnu, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, they do that. And living entities are also differentiated expansions of the Lord, Vibhinnamsa. We are all Vibhinnamsa. That means by Krishna's will, the soul has been separated as a separate entity. We are part and parcel of Krishna, but separated. Krishna's energy, but separated. Just like milk is the energy of the cow, but it is separated from the cow. When it is extracted, It is in a picture. It is kept separately. Same way, we are apparently differentiated expansions eternally. We will never become Krishna. Though we are emanating from Krishna, but we will forever remain Krishna's lovers. How wonderful, no? None of us want to become Krishna. None of us want to merge into Krishna, because then where is the pleasure that we enjoy serving Krishna? So that is the mercy of Krishna, that the souls will never become one with him. They will always remain Jivera Swarupohoy, Krishna Nityadas. They will always remain there. But he gives them the opportunity to imitate him by creating this material world and hiding. Krishna hides, Krishna creates this material world temporarily, and he allows us to imitate him. So the souls are given full facility to control this material nature, but ultimate controller is Paramatma. Who is Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu? He is an expansion of the expansion of the expansion of the expansion of Lord Krishna. More. And he controls entire thing. And difference between Jiva and Paramatma, we know, Vibhu and Anu, and we have to understand. They both are eternal, and they are eternally different. Eternally one, eternally different. That we should understand. The all-pervading Brahman exists in all the states, and Jiva Shakti is generated from him. That means Brahman is not only invisible, the visible material world is also Brahman. The Brahman, while remaining on the invisible platform, this material world is emanating from Brahman. So this is also Brahman, but a temporary manifestation. And the same Brahman is also manifesting in the spiritual world. So Brahman is the base, but this base is the light of Krishna. Like that. The Lord is the origin of all. So a devotee directly engages in worship. Only devotee knows Krishna as the origin of everything. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. Very, very rare. And devotee is that. So devotee engages directly in watering the root of the tree by worshipping Krishna. Others cannot appreciate his activities. Lord gives special knowledge only to his dear devotee to know him fully. Speculators and yogis are trying with their own strength, so they don't get the mercy of Krishna. Devotee depends on the mercy of Krishna. So Krishna takes him to Goloka. But for speculators, that is jnanis and yogis, they depend on their own strength. By their own power, they want to climb to Vaikuntha. Krishna blocks them with the Brahma Jyoti. But devotee depends on him. So Krishna picks him up and takes him back to Goloka. So with that, we come to the end of this shloka. Shall we go one more shloka? 17?
Yes, Prabhu.
Vayur anilam amritam atedam bhasmantam shariram om kratosmara kritam smara kratosmara kritam smara kritam kratosmara kritam smara 3 times. Vayur anilam amritam atedam bhasmantam shariram om kratosmara kritam smara kratosmara kritam smara, like that. So let us see what this means. Shloka 17. Vayuhu means life air, our prana, right? The air is going in and coming out. That is what is keeping us alive. And we are not even breathing. Air is going in, coming out, going in, coming out. We are not breathing. When you are sleeping, who is breathing? Or when you are doing work, who is breathing? We are not conscious 24 hours. If you are conscious of breathing, that means we are sick. Unconsciously, our breathing is going on. That is the life air that is keeping us alive. When the air stops going in, finish. Death. It is a vayu, prana vayu. And anilam. Anilam means, anila is another name for vayu, but it is the entire reservoir. One is my prana vayu, which is within me, and the reservoir of air, which is outside. So here there's a prayer here. The prayer is, let my pranavayu become one with the reservoir of air in the universe. Like that. Amritam, Ataha idam basmantam sariram. So he says, the temporary body will be burnt. Basma antam sariram. This body, let it be burnt. And then what will happen? This body will merge with the elements. Right? The dust. From dust we came, to dust we return. So the body will become merged with the elements. My life air will become merged with the reservoir of air. This is the fate for all of us. But the devotee, he knows I am not the body. So he's saying, at the time of death, he's making this prayer. Let my air merge with the reservoir of air. And let my body become ashes and merge with the elements. But oh my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices. And because you are the ultimate beneficiary of all my sacrifices, please remember all that I have done for you. All that I have done for you. Krato means Om. You know Om? What is the meaning of Om? Anybody? What is the meaning of Om?
The presence of the three syllables, Prabhuji, U, Ma.
Yeah, what is the meaning? Meaning is Krishna. Om means Krishna. That's all. Right? Om is an address of Krishna. Krishna says, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. Pranava means Om. Among all the Vedas, I am the Om. Krishna is the Om. That one sound describes Krishna. The entire Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, we are allowed to chant. Om is a special sound vibration of the Lord, and it can be chanted only by specially authorized people who have the right qualifications. But Hare Krishna Mahamantra gives you a higher result than that. Om is chanted by yogis, jnanis, and all these people. Om is the primordial sound vibration that keeps the material earth, material universe running. It is a motor, right? When the motor runs, you get a sound, no? That is the sound of universal motor running. So Om is addressed to the Lord. Kritosmara. So Krato means enjoyer of all sacrifice. We are doing sacrifice. Who? Devotee. Whatever devotee does is a sacrifice. Yet karoshi, yadasnasi, yajjuhosi, dadasyat, yat tapasyasi, bhauteya, tatpurushva, madarpanam. Krishna says, offer everything as a sacrifice to me. Whatever you think, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you give away, do it as an offering to me. So everything a devotee does is a sacrifice to Krishna. So he says, Krishna, please remember whatever I have done for you. Is it necessary to say that? Not necessary. But devotee, at the time of his passing, because Krishna never forgets. How Krishna will forget his devotee? But here, the devotee is conscious that I am a spirit soul. I don't die. Amritam. I am Amritam. My Vayu will merge with Anilam. Amritam. That is eternal. And this body will merge with the dust of material energy. But I, as a spirit soul, will remain. And the Lord will remain. And the Lord, please remember whatever I have done, bhakti, for me. So this is the understanding that I am not the body. I am a spirit soul. And whatever I do is for the benefit of my spirit soul. Ultimately, these activities in bhakti, what I do, will protect my soul and give it a good destination. The Lord will take care of me. So that is what is expressed here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, here it's a bit confusing, na? Like here the aspect of I becoming selfish when I'm asking the God to remember what I had been doing for you. That
is because, Prabhu, that is because we are accustomed to hearing everything in a selfish way. It's not our fault. We are always body conscious. And everything in our life has a selfish element. Falsely selfish element. False ego. Out of false ego, in every act we perform, we see a selfishness in that. But here, the expression is coming from the soul. The soul is talking here. Between the soul and Krishna, there is an eternal relationship of love only. It's a relationship of loving devotional service. There is absolutely, I will tell you one small story from Bhagavatam, which will explain things very clearly. In Bhagavatam, just before Brahma Vimohan Leela happened, Krishna killed Aghasur. And after Krishna killed Aghasur, then only Brahma came to test Krishna. And after Brahma had hidden all gopas and the cows, Krishna took the form of all the gopa boys and also the cows. Identical dress, identical birthmarks, identical way of talking, 100% identical. And now they all started going back home. Now you remember whether there is one Krishna or there is one Krishna, but all the gopas are also Krishna. And all the cows are also Krishna. Now they are going. What is happening? The mothers are now running to, in the past, all the mothers loved their children, but they loved Krishna more than their own children. Can you understand this, Prabhu? Is it possible for a parent to love another child more than their own child?
Not in the body conscious this thing, Prabhuji.
But it was always happening in Vrindavan.
Correct, Prabhuji.
It is the special mercy of the Lord, Prabhuji. Only if He wills, it is possible. Otherwise, no.
Yeah, they are all in the internal energy of the Lord. So the mothers love Krishna more always, but now they are surprised that they are loving their own children as much as they love Krishna. They are loving their own children much more than they used to love them before. Then, what about the cows? Krishna at that age was grazing calves. So the calves are Krishna. They are running to the cow, and the cows are shedding tears of love, which was not happening before. And the calves are drinking milk from the mother. The mother cows are giving milk. What is that milk? It is their pure prema. It is a prema in the form of milk that the cows are giving, and Krishna in the form of calf is drinking that prema. Krishna is drinking, and the cows are pouring milk, and cows are crying all the time. And they are licking Krishna's body so much that it looks like they will swallow. So they are licking the body of Krishna in the form of a calf. This goes on for 1 full year. Every day the mothers, the Gopa mothers, they are breastfeeding their child, and they are getting so much happiness, and the fathers are hugging their child, they are getting so much happiness. 1 whole year. And when the Brahma Vimohan Leela happened, Balramji was not present. Anybody knows why? Always Balram goes with Krishna as his protector, Balram. Why he is not there this time? Okay. You read Krishna book. How many of you have read Krishna book? Hands?
Not completely, Prabhuji.
Only 2
Here and
chapters.
there, Prabhuji.
You are missing.
So not completed.
You are all missing so much nectar. Yeah. So that day was Balram's birthday. So Mother Rohini kept him back, saying, today you have to do a lot of charity. Today in our birthday, we receive gifts, no? That is not our tradition. Receiving gifts is Western tradition. See how many bad things you have learned. No? Today, birthday means our child will ask, where is my gift? Right? We are used to that. Birthday means I should receive gifts. No. They give gifts to Brahmanas, to the poor people, to needy. They give. So that day he was retained. So Balramji did not know that this pastime has happened. 1 whole year this was going on, but Balramji did not know. And who is Balram? He is the direct expansion of Krishna. So how did he not know? Can anybody explain?
It again due to Yogamaya potency.
See, Krishna is the ultimate. He can cover Balram also by his Yogamaya potency. But why did he cover Balram? Any answer? No one wants to try? Okay, I will tell you the answer. Balramji loves the cowherd boys and the cows so much. If he came to know that Brahma has hidden them somewhere, he would have been so angry and he could not tolerate this. But Krishna wanted this pastime to go on. Why Krishna wanted this pastime to go on? Any answer?
Prabhuji, all the mothers, elderly gopis, they wanted Krishna to be the son, Mataji. And just to fulfill their needs, he wanted to, he enacted this pastime just to fulfill their wishes.
He did not enact. Brahma came and Krishna took advantage of that.
Okay, Prabhu, okay.
But you are right. He only made Brahma do all that.
Okay.
So, Krishna knows how much the gopis love him and the gopas love him. So for 1 whole year, he gave them the chance to be their own son. And the cows, he became their cows for 1 whole year. Okay, so 1 year is passed. Now, one interesting thing happened. What is that? The cowherd boys were grazing the calves and on the foothill of Govardhan. On top of the hill, gopas were grazing the cows. Suddenly, the cows saw the calves on the ground. Cows were on top of the hill. You know, Govardhan, rugged, huge hill in those days. The cows immediately started running down the hill towards the calves. Now here is a mystery. The cows had already given birth to another calf. These calves, which are now grazing down, are 1-year-old calves. They are not the milk-drinking cows now. They are grazing. Cows are giving milk to their newborn calves. But the cows, after seeing these grown-up calves, they started running downhill. And they were not running with 4 legs like that. They were running like a tiger, 2 legs front, 2 legs back, like chat. They are leaping. And down the hill they are running. The milk bags are full, pouring down on the way down, all the way. And the gopas are trying to control the cows. They cannot. And the gopas are becoming very angry that why these cows have become so disobedient. And they are chasing down the hill all the way. Then the cows reach the ground and immediately they start feeding the calves. And the cows are drinking the milk with so much greed. Why? Any answer? Because Krishna is drinking the prema. That milk is the prema of the cows, and Krishna is drinking their prema. Okay, so, and the cowherd boys who came down, they saw their sons, immediately they forgot their anger. They started hugging them, kissing them, smelling their foreheads, and shedding tears of love. And Balramji saw this, and he became very confused. What is going on? The cows are running towards a 1-year-old cow. And these men came running down and they are now shedding tears over their sons. So much love, as much love as they have for Krishna, they are showing towards their own children. So what is going on? Then Krishna reveals to Balramji. Then Balaram understands for 1 full year, Krishna had covered me with his Yogamaya. So we all love Krishna more than ourselves, but we are not aware. The life of our life, the soul of our soul is Krishna. Krishna is the greatest object of our love. So when you come back to your original consciousness that I am not the body, then only this truth will be revealed to us. So in this prayer also, Kratosmara, Kritam Smara is uttered in great love. It is an expression of love. It's an expression of great love. Not that God will forget, but expressing the fact that, oh, my temporary body is ending now. I am leaving this temporary body for the last time. Now I am going back to my Lord. Oh, that is the expression of Kratosmara, Kritam Smara. It's an expression of ecstasy. Is it okay, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Understood.
Because this is a situation where all the pollution is gone. Now it is completely pure soul is talking to the Lord with great intimacy. So that's happening. Okay, so I have to close it fast. Another class will be starting anytime. So by the grace of God, where was I? This is explained by Bhaktivinoda Thakur that Krishna ultimately, okay. Am I on the right place? Okay. Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Krishna, he explains in this Bhagavad Gita 9:30 that Abhichet Suduracharo, even if my devotee falls down, he is not a fallen soul. He is still a sadhu. Krishna says that. Saudhareva samantavya samyak vyavasido hisa. Then Krishna says, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. My devotee never perishes. Krishna says with so much vehemence to Arjuna, go and declare to everyone, my devotee will never perish. So that Prabhupada is telling here that Krishna glorifies his surrendered devotees so much. Even if they fall down, Krishna doesn't consider them fallen. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur also explains this Sudurachara that we all have to live our life. Even though we are devotees, we have some occupation for maintaining ourselves. We should not overdo it. We should not try to accumulate too much wealth. We should not try for too much sense gratification. We should not try to fix ourselves up in this material world. We should do what is necessary to continue our Krishna consciousness. Only that minimum we should do. In that situation, when you do work, sometimes you may fall down in the discharge of your occupation. That happens because of past vasanas, anarthas of the past. But Krishna says, by the anartha, my devotee doesn't become fall down because his abhilasha is to serve me. We saw no in the previous class, Bhakti Vriksha. Abhilasha is only to serve me in pure devotion. Anartha is his past karma vasana that is acting on him. He will very quickly become a pure devotee. That's what Krishna is saying. So slowly, slowly, when we advance in Krishna consciousness, more of our work will be done in Krishna consciousness, less of our work will be done for our body maintenance. Automatically it will go down. And by the grace of God, occasional fall down will stop quickly. The devotee becomes fully fixed up. This is the power of devotion. This doesn't happen for karmis, jnanis, and yogis. They fall down and they fall down and they fall down. But Krishna's devotees, they rise and they become pure very quickly. So all these are obtained easily by constant touch with the Supreme Personality of Godhead through 9 processes of bhakti. Unless we practice devotion, what we will remember at the time of death? We will remember all our foolish activities. In the end of our life, our whole life will run like a cinema in front of our eyes. And all bad things we have done, we will remember. But a devotee remembers only Krishna. And a non-devotee, what he will pray at the time of death? No, he will be attached to his wife, his children, his family, other things, his wealth, and he will only pray like that. So our sense sacrifice in this life, we have to do it in devotion. We have to control our senses to serve Krishna. Morning 4 o'clock, I don't want to wake up, but I should wake up. I should sleep early so that I can wake up early in the morning. All these things are sacrifices. We keep Ekadashi fasting. That's a sacrifice like that. So today's human society is only engaged in sleep and sex and money making and enjoy. They deny God and they perpetually suffer. But a devotee does everything only as a service to Krishna. And then he remembers Krishna at that time. Thank you very much. We'll close the session at this time. I think we have to leave the meeting. Okay. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha
Hare Krishna.
sindhubhyayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnavan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev ki jai.
Yeah.
Any doubts you can ask in the next session. Okay.
Thank you so
Hare
much,
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare
Dandavat.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare. Next session we end Isopanisad. Thank you. Hare.